Well, hello you guys, welcome back. Lonnie here. So in today's video we are going to be doing a video on some of my favorite holiday reds. I didn't really think that I had a lot of reds, but as I went through my collection, I just cleaned everything out about a week ago and I noticed I had a few holiday reds. So I wanted to make this video about all of my favorite reds. But before we get into the video, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, or if this is your first video you've ever watched from me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell so that way you're notified every time I upload, or sometimes when I upload you can, differentiate the two if you want to. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into the video. So holiday reds to me are really important just because they work for different skin tones. There are a bunch of different reds. There's blue reds, there's purple based reds, there's like more of a berry red, there's maroons, and then there's like your true red. So some colors will work for some skin tones and some colors won't work for other skin tones. There are also a lot of women of color that do not like to wear red, mainly because that is something that our elders never did. Red was always a hooker color, so wearing reds on your lips, your nails, your toes, anything like that was always a big no-no, at least in my family. So red amongst black women has always been kind of shunned upon, but I think red is a perfect color to wear if you have to wear to work or a holiday party or whatever it is. There is a true perfect red for you. So I have a bunch of different lipsticks. I have some lipsticks, I have some lip glosses, and I have some liquid lipsticks. The main reason I did 3 different sections is because not everyone wants to wear a liquid lipstick, not everyone wants to wear a lipstick, and sometimes no one wants to wear a lip gloss. So I give you 3 different options of reds that you can use. The lip glosses are very opaque, the lipsticks are a little bit more affordable, and then the liquid lipsticks are some of my favorites. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So I'm gonna start by showing off my lip glosses. So the first one is the NYX Intense Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Chocolate Apple, and it's a little bit darker of a red, similar to my lip color. It's not a bright red, but it's not super light either, or super dark either. It's kind of smack dab in the middle, kind of more of like that middle reddish shade. This is extremely glossy and extremely opaque, so you're gonna get a lot of color, but you can also shear it down, so you can use one swipe and just give you a light wash of red, or you can continue to go over and over and over it, so that way it looks really intense and really glossy and really red. I don't really like to wear glosses often, especially if I'm going to a holiday party, mainly because they wear off. So if you're talking, you're eating, you're dancing, you're drinking, everything like that, it'll pretty much be worn off by, 30 minutes into the party. But also at the same time it might transfer on your lips or your teeth. So that's the one thing that's like, what do I want to do? Do I want my lips to be moisturized and glossy, or do I want to have maybe lipstick teeth? So it's just kind of like a double whammy, you never know. Another gloss is the NYX Butter Gloss. It's in the shade Red Velvet. Now this is not the Intense Butter Gloss, so it's not as glossy and not as opaque, but it still is opaque enough. It still gives you enough color payoff and enough pigment on your lips to see that you have on red. This is a little bit more of a true red, especially for my skin tone. I don't feel like it's too bright and I don't feel like it's too dark. I feel like it's right in the middle. If you see the two compared to each other, Chocolate Apple is a little bit darker than the Red Velvet. So they are similar but not similar. This one's a little bit deeper for someone that's a little bit deeper in skin tone. The last and final is a L'Oreal Color Riche, and this is in the shade Ruby Opera. Now these, I've been using this, not this one, but this kind of lip gloss line since I was in high school. It was the first glossy lip gloss that didn't feel really sticky or tacky. It was just so gorgeous. I just love them. So they were on clearance last year, so I'm not sure if they still sell these at Walgreens or Walmart, but I picked up a whole bunch of these, and this one is a little bit more of that candy apple red. It's that true bright red. So if you're a little bit lighter to medium to tan, this is gonna be a nice true red on you. It's a little bit lighter, but I still like it nonetheless. I love wearing a red lip. I don't see anything wrong with it, but if you're looking for something that's a gloss and you're a little bit more in my skin tone, I would probably go with Chocolate Apple by NYX. All 3 of these are drugstore choices, so you can find them at Walgreens, or you can find them at Target, or at Ulta. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to lipsticks. Now lipsticks is something that I've kind of strayed away from ever since liquid lipsticks came out, just because they don't last as long and they're a little bit harder to apply. because with a liquid lipstick you have an applicator, and with a lipstick you're just going in with a tube. So it takes a little bit more time and practice and patience, but we're just gonna go ahead and jump into it. The first one is Ruby Star, and this is a Maybelline lipstick. I really like wearing this one for the holiday season. I haven't used it in a video yet, but I picked this one up last year. This one has, actually not last year, in April, because when I went to WeLove.makeup I was looking for a really nice red, and this one this was the one that I picked up. Jesus. This has a little bit of a sparkle, so if you love glitter, you love sparkles, you love just, you know, a little pizzazz in your lipstick, a little bit of sheen in your lipstick, this is going to be really nice. It's not an overly glittery liquid or lipstick, but it just has that tiny little bit when you look at it on the tube, and when you put it on your lipstick it just gives a little bit of shine. But once again, this is a little bit more of a pinkish red. It's not true red, it's not maroon, it's has a little bit more pink / purple in it, so it looks a little bit lighter. Nonetheless, still great. So the next one is one that I've been wearing for a long time. I just did a video using it. This is Divine Wine. This is a Maybelline matte lipstick. If you buy any lipstick from the drugstore, I always recommend the Maybelline matte or the Maybelline, they are the bold, or yeah, the bold that come in the blue tube. But the mattes are so creamy, and they give your lips moisture, but this lipstick also lasts. Like, this lipstick always stains my lips. Not a big problem for me, but you know, for some people they might have a problem with that. But this one's a little bit darker, so if you're in my skin tone range, this is going to be a nice red berry color for you. It's going to be right in the middle, not too dark and not too light, but also a little bit darker and a little bit more of like a brown, kind of like a darker tinge, similar to my lips. Like I said, if you saw the last makeup tutorial that I did, I wore that lip color in it. It did look a little bit brighter because of my lights and everything like that, but when you go into the store and you see this color, you're going to be like, okay, I can rock that because that's not too dark or not too light. It just looks lighter on the camera. But it's not that light, I promise. It's a lot darker, a lot more berry. So the next one is a Milani lipstick. I'm not sure if they sell Milani anywhere anymore, maybe Walgreens or CVS. This is called Best Red. It's literally a Best Red. It is a true red, like true candy apple red. If you see like an old school car that's candy apple, this is the color. It's just a nice holiday red. That's I can't even explain it any more than that. It's just a nice red, and it's also drugstore. I think these are like $5 or $7, so not very expensive either. The most expensive on the list is the MAC lipstick. This is in the shade MAC Red, and this is MAC's True Red. This is their red. I feel like it's a little bit more, it's brighter, and it's a little bit more like blue-based red as opposed to like a little bit more berry, a little more purpley and things like that, but this is a true red. I always make it a point to do a tutorial using this red every holiday season, just because it's MAC. I know a lot of people might own it. If they don't own it, they own something similar, and this can go with a lot of different makeup looks. I always, when I'm doing a red look, I always try to incorporate the eye look into the lip. Like, I don't match reds with reds. If I'm doing a red lip, I always do something very neutral, very natural. So it'll either do a natural face with no eyeshadow, or I'll do like a light natural smoky eye and then pair on the red lip, because when you wear a red lip, you want that red lip to be the star of the show, especially if it's something that you're not very comfortable with and you want to wear a red lip. But if you're more comfortable doing, or if you're not really comfortable with it, like you want it to be the star of the show, but if you are more comfortable doing your eye makeup, then I would stay away from the red, maybe do a burgundy or something like that, as opposed to a bright red. So moving on to liquid lipsticks, I have about 4 of these, and most of them are Anastasia Beverly Hills. I mean, duh, guys. You already knew that. The first one is the shade Seraphine. This is the brightest red I have ever used. I haven't used this on my lips yet, but this came out, I think, this past summer or this past spring. It's a really bright red. This one I mixed with a different one for my lip color today, just because I didn't want to go in with something so bright, but I didn't want to go in with something a little bit more maroonish. So I just mixed the two and it gave me this color right here. But that color that I was speaking of is the shade Sad Girl, and this is perfect for someone who does not like a really bright lipstick. This is Has a little bit of sparkle, has a little bit of shine. You can kind of see the sheen on my lips. It's kind of like a more metallic, but it's not a metallic, you know, like it's not that metallic that's like, oh, I can't wear that on my lips. Why would I even put that on? It's a little bit more of a sheen, but this is more of a berry maroon color. Very pretty on its own. I wear this all the time, especially in the fall time. And you guys always give me compliments, but this one, like I said, is Sad Girl. It's a really good color if you're deeper, darker, and not comfortable wearing a red lip. So this next shade is Vamp, and this is a little bit more of a brownie red. It has more brown hues to it. It's not as maroon and it's not as red, but it's kind of smack in the middle. It has some maroons, some reds, and some browns into it. So it makes it a little bit deeper and a little bit darker and a little bit more wearable. So you can put a brown lip liner around your lips and then put this one into the center, and it'll kind of look like you have on like a brown maroon lip. Like, it's just not gonna be over the top. It's not gonna be as noticeable. It's not gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're wearing red. It's gonna be a little bit more like, ooh, what's that brown color that you have on your lips? Because like I said, it just does not look like red. The last and final liquid lipstick is one of my favorites. This is a Lorac Pro liquid lipstick in the shade Deep Burgundy. It is exactly the shade that it's the name. It's a deep burgundy. A little bit more red on my skin tone, so when I wore it in a video this past spring, it looked a little bit more of like a deeper red, not necessarily a burgundy, but I'm sure if you're a little bit lighter, it'll appear darker on your lips than it would on my lips. So it looked a little bit lighter. Nonetheless, I still loved it. I still was like in love with this color. This lipstick stayed on forever. I kid you not. It stayed on the entire day until I was done filming, done editing, and had eaten. It was still on my lips. It even went as far as staining my lips. So this is a super liquid lipstick. You might want to carry chapstick with you if you do decide to pick this up, but I believe this one was about $20 to $24, so not very expensive. You can find this at Ulta as well. But this nice burgundy shade is going to be really pretty. Very similar to my lip color right now. Very pretty for the holiday season. So you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed these choices of my favorite liquid lipsticks and the lip glosses for the holiday season. Like I mentioned, I try to do this video every single year so that way you guys have some ideas of things that you can pick up from the drugstore or from Ulta or Sephora if you do choose to, or Macy's, or wherever you choose to shop. These, like I said, are some of my favorites. It might not work for you, it might not work for her, it might not work for whomever, but I suggest doing your own research and going into the store and trying out the colors on your skin tone, because even though I may be the same skin tone as you are in a foundation or a concealer or something like that, how comfortable I am in it is not going to be the same way that you're comfortable in it. So that's why you just want to figure something out for yourself. Take my suggestions and then run with it and then figure out what works for you. I think that all women should have a staple red lipstick. Something that you throw on occasionally. You don't have to wear it every single weekend, but something that you throw on occasionally for a holiday party, or even just that one time you're going out and you want to be sassy and just, you know, add a little pizzazz, because red is that color. It's that statement color. So nonetheless, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know some of your favorite reds. If I didn't mention them, please let me know down in the comment section, because I'm always looking for more suggestions and more makeup to buy, although I don't have money, but nonetheless, I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye!